Hi friends, welcome back to a brand new video. This week I thought it would be fun to talk about Record Store Day. If you're not sure what Record Store Day is, it's basically an organization that works with labels and artists to create and release special editions of maybe a past album or a current album or maybe a deluxe version of an album that hasn't been released on physical media. And they work with these people and they put all of these out on one day of the year called Record Store Day. And you can only get these editions by going to your local indie record store. So it really helps out the local businesses versus shopping at like Target or Walmart or Amazon. Now, I'm not knocking those places because sometimes they have really good deals or their own special editions that you can add to your collection. I know I've got a couple from Target, but it really feels good to help out a local record store. Now, sometimes these records and editions are difficult to get because they will only press a limited quantity of them. Sometimes it's 1,000, sometimes it's 2,000, sometimes it's 5,000, however many it be. Obviously, the fewer quantity there is, the harder it is to get. So sometimes you have to get to your record store pretty early in the morning to be guaranteed what you want. Last year was actually the very first Record Store Day that I participated in, and it was because Taylor Swift's Long Pond Studio Sessions was being released. And if you've seen my Taylor Swift record collection video, I did get it, and it was actually the very last copy that my record store had. It was kind of stressful, but also super fun. They also do Record Store Day Black Friday, which is not as big as Record Store Day, but they will work with, again, labels and artists to put out special editions for Black Friday specifically. We went last year, and I'll show you what we got last year as far as the Black Friday ones, but a lot of the times it's Christmas albums because it's around the holidays. And so I actually did get a Christmas album last year, and I'll show it to you here in just a minute. But Record Store Day is just a super fun way to support local businesses and get special pressings of maybe your favorite albums or just artists that you like. So with that, I'm gonna show you my collection of Record Store Day pressings. I have to say there's not a lot because I haven't been participating in Record Store Day for very long. I'm still kind of new to it, but I like the ones that I have. And I think I got a good small collection so far, and I'm excited to participate in this year's too. And after I show you my current collection, I'm gonna show you the ones that I'm looking forward to. So let's get started with the collection. So first up, we have Bastille's MTV Unplugged Live in London pressing. This was an Record Store Day 2023. This was actually my partner's #1 album that he was going for. I think there was like 2 left when we got into the store, so he's super excited to get this one. It is just standard black, so nothing like crazy as far as color wise. It does have some of his favorite songs on it, so yeah, he was super excited to snag this one last year. Next up, I have Katy Perry's Small Talk and Never Really Over 12-inch disc. It's just one 12-inch disc with both singles on it. This was a Record Store Day Black Friday pressing that they did a few years ago. I'm not sure the exact year that they pressed it, but I got it sometime after there was a site online that still had a bunch of them in stock. So I grabbed it because I like Katy Perry's music. And what's super cool about this one is even though it's a 12-inch disc, Aaron, I'll pull it out and show you, the side that the music is on is just this plain bright orange. So this side has both songs on it, both singles. And then you flip it over and it's really cool, like checkered pattern. It's got the same orange, but also like a greenish color to it. And so I just thought this was really cool and a really fun one to have in my collection. Next, I have Noah Kahan's Cape Elizabeth. This was a Record Store Day Black Friday 2023. I know because this was one of the 3 that I went into the store for Black Friday last year to find. It was the one that I did not get on the day of. I didn't know how popular it was gonna be, but they apparently sold out way before I even got there. And so they took my name down and like, if we ever get one in, we'll call you. And a few weeks later, they did. They called me and I paid right there on the phone and snagged this copy of it because I really wanted it. It was super limited edition. Not many people were able to grab it because again, there was only so many made of them. It's one of his first EPs. And what I really like about this one too is again, the color of the pressing, it's this really pretty blue color that matches the blue in the album cover. You take it out, it's this really pretty blue and it's got some white swirls in it. Side 1, side 2 is just the same thing. I saw this one on the list that they announced for Black Friday and I knew that I had to have it in my collection. I was upset that I couldn't get it on the day, but my day was made when they called me a few weeks later and said, we have one for you. So that's the Noah Kahan Cape Elizabeth. Then I have Olivia Rodrigo's Record Store Day Black Friday 2023 pressing. If you know her sophomore album Guts that was released last year, she had 4 special special editions on her website that you could purchase, and each edition had an additional bonus track that was only on that version of the album on that pressing. And so for Black Friday Record Store Day, she teamed up with them and put all 4 of those songs onto one disc. So this was pretty popular last year for Black Friday. I was lucky enough to get it. When I got there, my store still had plenty of copies, so I didn't have to stress about it too much, but I'm still happy to get it. And this one, to kind of go along with the Sour and Guts colors, it is on this purple color. I'll show it to you too. And what's cool about this one too is that all of those additional 4 songs are on this one side. And on the opposite side, there's this cool etching of a butterfly that really matches like the album aesthetic, just kind of her aesthetic. And so I just thought that was a unique touch, kind of similar to the Katy Perry one where they're all on one side and then there's something fun on the opposite side. Usually with a 12-inch disc, it fills up both sides. So I think if you only have enough for one side, having something fun on the other, whether it's a fun pattern or an etching or something, really adds just a little something extra to it. So this is the Olivia Rodrigo Record Store Day Black Friday 2023 pressing. And here we have Taylor Swift's Long Pond Studio Session, as I've mentioned already. This was a big one for Record Store Day 2023. This is the one that everybody was after. I know when we got to my Record Store Day, it was pretty early and there was still a line wrapped almost around the block. I didn't think I was gonna get it. I almost didn't because this was the very last copy that my record store had. Thankfully, my friend let me take it. It's this really pretty gray color. It's just a solid gray. I feel like it matches, you know, the gray of the cover of this version. And honestly, if it's a rainy day outside here, this is the album that I'm putting on because I think it matches so perfectly. Folklore is one of my favorite albums, maybe of all time. Definitely top 3 Taylor albums. So when I saw that this one was being released, I knew that I had to have it. And if you want to see the rest of my Taylor collection, I have a whole video on that, so you can go and check that out. But this is the only Record Store Day one that I have of hers. Unfortunately, I don't have the Lakes. Would love to add it sometime though. So that's Taylor. And the last Record Store Day pressing that I actually have in my collection is Sia's Every Day is Christmas Snowman EP. This was a Record Store Day Black Friday 2023, so last Black Friday as well. And this one actually came in a PVC sleeve, so I keep it in a normal outer sleeve with a piece of cardboard in it. And then on the other side is the disc. It's this really cool red and white splatter. I believe it was also supposed to be green. Mine just kind of has like specks of almost like a black, like the green didn't really show up in mine. That's okay. I don't really care. I like this little EP. It's fun to have for the holidays. Yeah, that's the last one that I have in my actual collection. So now let's move on to Record Store Day 2024, which is actually coming up in a few months on Saturday, April 20th. Now, a lot of people were actually expecting Taylor Swift to release something for Record Store Day this year as well, because she's done it the last few years. I was kind of hoping that she would, but also I was kind of happy that she didn't, that there was nothing on the list. Now, something could still be announced and released later on, but for the time being, I was happy that there was nothing on the list because it's sort of stressful having to get up so early in the morning to hope you can get this album and it doesn't sell out by the time you get there. And with how big she is and how massive her fan base is, I just don't think that it's fair to the fans to limit that number of pressings of a specific album. You know, I think having it more widely available on her website, or even just like releasing something on that day, but not necessarily related to Record Store Day, so that later on they can keep pressing it and more fans can get it, is what I think would be the best move. So personally, I was kind of happy that she didn't release anything. Now, for the ones that I am looking forward to, I have 4 that I'm looking forward to. My partner has 2, and I'm just going to share them all with you now. The first one that I'm looking forward to is Noah Kahan's I Was, I Am. I don't have this one yet, obviously. I don't think it's ever been pressed, so this will be the first time. And I already know with how hard it was to get Cape Elizabeth that this one is also going to be pretty difficult to find. So hopefully we can get there early enough to grab it before it sells out. And then the next one that I'm looking forward to is Sabrina Carpenter's Feather. It's a 7-inch disc, so it's just gonna be a single. And I know that she's released it a few times on her website. Every time I find out about it, it's already sold out. So hopefully by releasing it in conjunction with Record Store Day, I'll be able to finally get it and add it to my collection. And then the third one that I'm looking forward to is the Wicked Defying Gravity 12-inch disc. It looks like it's almost like a shaped disc, and I think it might just be the one song on it. There's not a lot of clarification, but from my understanding and what I can tell of it just by the listing on their website, that's what it's going to be. I think would be a really cool addition to my collection. My partner actually got us tickets to see Wicked a couple years ago for my birthday, so it was one of the very first musicals that I saw. I know the movie is coming out later this year, part one is, so yeah, I'm hoping that we can also grab that. I don't know if it's going to be super popular, but I guess we'll find out. And then the fourth one and last one that I'm personally looking forward to is Wallows, the Nothing Happens 5th Anniversary Edition. I love the Wallows. I've listened to their music for quite a while now, and I unfortunately don't have any of their records in my collection, so I'm hoping that I can grab this one and it'll be the first one. Now, the two that my partner is looking forward to and is hoping that he can get is Remy Wolf, Live at Electric Lady, and Paper Kites Evergreen. The Remy Wolf one is going to be a live recording of the album that she did. He's a big fan of her, is looking forward to hopefully being able to again add it to our collection. And then Paper Kites Evergreen looks to be almost like a compilation of their greatest hits album kind of, and it's this really cool like dark green marbled pressing. I really think the name is really cool and I love the color of the pressing, so hopefully we can find it too. So that is all I have for this video. That's my collection and what we're looking forward to this record store day. If you're participating in Record Store Day 2024, leave a comment down below letting me know what you are hoping that you can add to your collection. What ones do you think are going to be popular? Which ones do you think might sell out? Just leave a comment down below. I want to know what you're looking forward to. And as always, make sure to like this video and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.